Yeah, this is how things look in Pool A at the moment. New Zealand leading the top of the standings with their points differential. USA have done enough to get the win over GB. Fiji will be hoping to get a win over New Zealand, potentially get themselves back in contention. GB without a win for the weekend. So the final match of the women's Pool A, it will be the Fijiana Sevens taking on the Black Ferns Sevens. After lifting New Zealand looking to build and build well. Mahina Paul failed her HIA, Category 1 HIA, so she won't be in contention for the rest of the match. Afterwards, they'll check and see if she's ready for tomorrow. Fiji coming off of a 40 points to 0 win over GB in their last match. They're looking to still win their first HSBC season, or win their first HSBC match against the Black Ferns. In the pre-season they beat the Black Ferns, and they'll be hoping to redo that, but it's tough.
Well, the thing is, for the Fijiana team, they've got the physicalness against the against the New Zealand team. I think they'll use that to win by more than 7 points. They will go through with their better points. Win by more than 7 points. They will go through with their better points differential over the USA.
Kat Roche, our referee in the middle, her 90th match on the series, one of the ever experienced referees on this series. Georgia Miller, the pink boat. It's crazy. Last season she was a youngster. This season she's a leader. So the Fijiana will kick us off for the final pool match of Pool A. Go straight down the middle, do the Fijiana. Jasmine Felix Hotham gets up higher. They've gotten a boot through, do the Fijiana. They've lost possession of the ball. Kiliane Luvu, the release. It's not pretty. Georgia Miller has to clean up, but now she got caught around the bootlaces. Did Georgia Miller by Siliga Galo.
What Fijiana going to do? They've already brought line speed and they're going to challenge at the ruck time.
Yeah, they've got to get going here. Do the Black Ferns. Jasmine Felix Hotham. It's ball in hand. Davis flings it back onto the inside to Setafano. Body lane. Miller busy in the first 50 seconds of this match. Miller in the one hand gets the offload away to Kelsey Tanetti. And Kelsey Tanetti has had an incredible weekend so far. Just stride over and they have turned defence into attack. Kelsey Tanetti gets one.
Georgia Miller is an absolute freakazoid. The way she's been able to give this pass to Tanetti, she just draws in the defender. Yeah, she takes a shot on her hand, but she's tough as they come. Look at this here. Goes to cross, drawn two defenders, pass it off. You expose your ribs too. Look at this here. Goes to cross, drawn two defenders, pass it off. You expose your ribs too. That's a tough thing to do, but she don't care. And then Tanetti jogs in easily.
And just make it so much easier for each other. Do the hard work on the inside, offload it to the speedsters. Cody Lane doesn't make a mistake in front of the post.
When they go to width, what does it do? It opens up line breaks, and Kelsey Tanetti is second of the two, Levi Noel, but she's really become an integral part of this Black Ferns Sevens team.
Davis gets us back underway, goes flying high, does Stacey Walker, and that's been knocked on by the Fijiana Sevens. So no possession to speak of as of yet, and Black Ferns throwing all the punches.
Yeah, it's a real she's a real weapon on the edge, Stacey Walker, in that restart moment. It's just a supreme athlete whose role has had to change in this team. She normally carries hard, not normally see her score tries on the outside.
Teresa Setafano playing at first receiver, coming really close to that scrum. Davis releases under pressure. They send it flat to Setafano, waiting on the edges. Kelsey Tanetti, she's already got one. Can't get around the three Fijian defenders, but another penalty conceded. Conceded the most penalties last weekend, did the Fijiana. It's been dropped cold, and There's just those small errors that come into the game that be frustrating for Corey Sweeney and his team.
Yeah, well, the thing is too, Jasmine Felix-Hotham, she's had to play multiple positions. She started off prop in the first game, and the second game now she's had to go back into the centre, so it's a very different mindset you have to approach the game at. So that's one thing, sometimes it takes a little bit to adjust.
Set!
The feed from Thavuru, and that's also been dropped cold, so it's the last game of the day. Maybe just body's brains a little tired for both of these sides.
Well, that says it all. Chasing their first HSBC Sevens win against New Zealand. It's been a long time for Fijiana, and they have to take every single one of these opportunities. Stefano's experienced the first receiver. She'll pick the side they attack.
This is how it looks on those live pool standings. The Black Ferns, New Zealand, Black Ferns and the USA booked their way in. That's another penalty conceded. Risipori Lane wants to get things back underway with the hitch kick, then offloads to Stacey Waka, who just takes a moment. Felix-Hotham on the edges, chased and trying to get over the ball with Bolletini. The tap and go from Risipori Lane, not back 10, eventually released Stefano. Georgia Miller squares, Georgia Miller kicks off the left, and Georgia Miller will score. Georgia Miller gets her second for the weekend.
Yeah, and they want to lift the tempo here. Will New Zealand, but just look at her knife. Will New Zealand, but just look at her knife through the defence, Georgia Miller. What she does, she just goes across field. As soon as she gets the defence compromised with their hips, that's when she steps off the left. See what she's here, get it wide, go left, and then crack. Gets off that left, there's no one on the inside. That is just too easy for a classy player like Georgia Miller.
Can't give her too much time and space, Georgia Miller.
And that come from that knock-on from Fijiana. You've got to be better than that. Series tries, look at that. When you're anywhere near Maddie Levi, you're doing not too bad.
It's going to be a continued battle between the two. The future of Sevens rugby. Been around, they've entertained us, they've given us the best. That's been dropped again out of the breadbasket, kicked through by Stacey Waka, being chased by Georgia Miller, and Georgia Miller within 30 seconds is going to get two.
Well, it's just compiling their own mistakes, isn't it, New Zealand? From the restart, just another straight drop. Georgia Miller will get two for the number 2.
The double-double. Georgia Miller. Let's just shave the left upright. They're really composed on the counter. Black Ferns, they rarely let an opportunity slip. Davis goes long, targeting the same player. That's also been...
Backwards to me.
Oh, that's gone backwards, apparently.
Oh, jeez. It's gone backwards when you've caught it and it's gone forwards. Anyway, I'm not a physicist, but I'm pretty sure. Anyway, we'll move on.
Physicists, that would they? Never mind. Fiji now looking to try and string something together. That's better. Jasmine Felix-Hotham getting Thavuru around. Now they snipe around the outside. Nakathia, Vika Nakathia, nominated for Rookie of the Year last year, gets up the middle, and the entry coming from the side. Own worst enemy, Fiji.
Oh, that's the power play that they want to play, though. Got the middle of the park, drawn defenders, but you've got to have your support players right there. The second player in was just a tad too slow, half a second. The Furu been so good over the last couple of weekends.
Stefano, Tori Lane taking just time to size up their options. Maya Davis spotting a gap now, dancing and going backwards, being caught. Lucy Tori Lane, Stefano, what do they do? Felix-Hotham catches it, that doesn't go out, that's been charged down, so Fiji ball. Fiji ball. Can they make this count? Get it to the outside, there are players there, that's all they have to do. Back onto the inside for Donu, Sesaniele Donu. All for Jasmine Felix-Hotham, error. Sesaniele Donu gets her first for the weekend.
We can see what Jasmine Felix-Hotham was trying to do. You don't have to kick it over the sideline. You can just kick it through the dead ball. Here we go here. She had numbers. It's a right idea, but wrong execution. Chica ma. What the heck? I was that. They won't be happy with that. They try to jam in and stop it there, does Tanetti, but in the end, the Fijiana get the score, and I think that's an important one leading to the half. That'll give them confidence, though. Still not out of it.
Still not out of it, taking the momentum into the second half. Conversion good. So at half-time, New Zealand lead the Fijiana 19 points to 7. USA women won. They got a chance to catch up with Nalu Liafu.
Superstar Florina Laula'au Leofau, known as Nalu. Are you loving Cape Town 7?
I love it. It's such a great opportunity to be here. I'm really loving the vibes. The atmosphere is great.
Of course it is, and you're still a teenager, but you're already making your stamp on the 7 series. You had your debut last week in Dubai. How much do you love Sevens rugby?
I love it so much. It's given me so many opportunities, opportunity to travel the world, to get to know the legends that play this game. So yeah, it's great. I love it.
Of course, and you have a couple of legends in your own team, like Ramsey, for instance. Are you learning from the older women in your team?
Oh, absolutely. They teach us every day. We have a few young girls on the team, so being able to watch and play with them is
And you learned to play rugby back in Belmont Shore Rugby Club in Walnut, California. And you learned to play rugby back in Belmont Shore Rugby Club in Walnut, California. And your father, I'm sure, is watching on CE. What do you have to say to your family?
I love you guys. Thank you for watching and supporting. I wish you guys were here, but can't wait to get home to you guys. Love you.
Oh, that's beautiful. Best of luck tomorrow. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Well, it is wait and wild at Cape Town Stadium. Cape Town Sevens, I think that's a version of Pitbull.
I thought that was Chris Dry.
Maybe in a few years. Still got a full head of hair. Chris Dry.
No, I thought he was the one in the pool.
I think he wishes he was the one in the pool.
Well, here we go. Great opportunity.
Turnover, penalty, Black Ferns.
Well, that's great recognition. I think at the breakdown from Tanetti, there's Mahina Paul. Unfortunately, no good to go. She's been a massive part of the Black Ferns Sevens over the last couple of weeks, so hopefully she's okay.
Sub and yellow back.
And the thing too with that last kickoff, they had the one player advantage, the Fijiana. Now Georgia Miller, the yellow card, is back onto the field, so it's a big miss.
Huge opportunity. Kelsey Tanetti, Georgia Miller back on, as you said, so back to their full complement. Here's a set of fun. Oh, that's been grabbed by Milania. Adita Milania. So good, George. By the Fijiana at the moment, Nakathia. Milania looked right, decided to go left, and that's a straight line run coming in from Kalo. Now into the hands of Milania again. Inside the 5 meter this time. Can Fiji make this count? That's going to be the big question. Luvu looking for the offload, gets the offload away. Vika Nakathia. They've got back-to-back have the Fijiana, and they're getting themselves back in this match.
All right, back in it. Here we go. Nakathia with the score, but exactly what I was talking about. Use your power. The pop off the ground, such a great skill. This is a nice leg drive from Milania. And then from there, they had the front foot. Look at this last pass. That is brilliant from Fijiana. Takes the hit, gets it down. Now we are game on.
Conversion, no good, but we're within a score. Conversion, no good, but we're within a score. Fijiana really making work of it now. Just needed to get into the game. High again, a testing one for Saili. It's clear release though, the ball's been turned over, so everything falling in favour of the Fijians at the moment. The tap and play from Ulanisau, dangerous player that is Leapi Ulanisau. Now wrapping around was Thavuru. Ulanisau back again to do the clean up work, the hard step coming from Rekanaka Theo, just scored the try. Ball's almost gone loose. Picked up by Ulanisau. Now they rebuild. Volatini around the corner to Ditavutu. The defense now being tested at the Black Ferns, blasting through, and they've turned the ball over, but initially thought
that you're on the floor, you're playing the ball, giving away too many penalties in the first half, and now when you finally work your way back into the game, you give away a cynical one like that. You can't do that in a situation so tough.
Yep. 10.
Well, Braxton Sorensen
34,
McGee, the
37,
young
Fiji
flyer,
sub.
making her way onto the park for Teresa
Give me a
Setafano.
Yeah, she looked very comfortable in the last game, Braxton Sorensen McGee, in her playmaker role. She's a great kicker of the ball as well, so conversions could be something, but yeah, you can see there the comms straight away, just a difference in body shape and the way they're talking. I think she's starting to find her feet pretty quickly.
Time is back on.
She's still under 20 years old.
Crouch.
19-year-old Braxton Sorensen to Jasmine Felix Hotham, who immediately gets going back onto the inside to this youngster. And as if we haven't spoken about her enough, Braxton Sorensen McGee's going to head to the corner. She's going to fly.
Well, this is totally set up for Braxton Sorensen McGee. You just watch Taneti, who's on the wing. Braxton's going to pass it now. Taneti's marshalling and pointing where she wants Felix Hotham. Straight away, she's pointing on the inside. I've got the last defender. I'll draw her in and just marshals Braxton Sorensen McGee into the corner. Come on and make an impact like that. Outstanding.
There's so much right about her, Braxton, at the moment. Live table, this is what it looks like. USA moment. Live table, this is what it looks like. USA, New Zealand. They will book their way into the semi-final as it stands. Shimmy and shake, trying to get around the dance floor in Nissan, but that's been dropped cold. So Stacey Waka on the pickup, Risi Powder Lane, Felix Hotham. Now they rebuild into the try scorer, Braxton Sorensen McGee. Here's another try scorer, Kelsey Taneti, who puts it on the boots. That's well cleaned up by the Fijiana. So they're going to have to build, but it's going to have to come from deep inside their own 22. That's around the neck.
High tackle.
By Kelsey Taneti, puts her hand up immediately. Tap and play is the call from Kurueba. Ulanisau just looking to try and get some energy back in their play.
Well, Taneti there, after giving away the penalty, gets up and challenges at that ruck and gets a penalty back for her side, working hard. Out short will be around Braxton Sorensen McGee, and Felix Hotham is so dangerous in the midfield.
Well, there's another sub coming onto the park. Caitlin Vakolo coming
right here
to the Sevens jersey.
Yeah, and the power play's done for Fijiana as well, so they're back up to their full complement.
Time back on.
Vakolo on the tap. Powder Lane sets it up. You can just see the ghosting of Elena Saili, but that opens up straight up the middle for Georgia Miller, and she's going to get the hat-trick. She just enjoys her rugby, this kid.
Yeah, she goes pretty good at it too, by the way. Does Georgia Miller. See, they dummy on the inside, then they hit the second player. They've created numbers if they Georgia in 3.
You see Powder Lane. Well, with that, she takes over as the leading series try scorer, one above Maddie Levi. It's going to be a fun contest to watch for the rest of the season.
Yeah, 2 megastars on the world stage going all year long. Can't wait.
Fight. Braxton Sorensen McGee goes high, but it doesn't go the full 10, so Senika Gallo gets ball in hand. Thavuru flings back onto the inside, well handled by Kuriba. Getting wrapped up in the tackle from Saili. Now they get off the mark. Fijiana try and make something good. Georgia Miller just trying to get around the ball for the rip, but Fijiana have done well to keep it in hand still. And the Kuriba, rather, it's going to be Adita Milania who's being chased by Caitlin Vaakolo, who realized she was high, lets it go, and Adita Milania is going to score her try.
Great individual piece of brilliance there for Milania. Comes over the top. She was under duress, but because of the line she took, she went through on the angle. I thought she was going to get caught here. I thought Vaakolo was going to go low. She tried to get the ball in or tackle. It was going to be a penalty regardless, I think, but in the end she got the deserved try, Milania.
Milania worked hard, played the full 14 minutes. Adita Milania. But they have done enough, have the Black Ferns Sevens. They beat Fiji 31 points to 19 to top the pool and book themselves into yet another semi-final.
Yeah, they'll be pretty happy with the points for, that's for sure. They've scored a number of them, but the points against the defense is probably something they'll want to talk about later on tonight. They're going to advance.
The youngsters combining. Jasmine Felix Hotham, leader of the group now, went to play in Japan, just wanted to get out, and to play in Japan, just wanted to get out and go look for a reason to enjoy her rugby again, and I think she found it.